We want to show that x plus 5 is a factor of 2x cubed plus 7x squared minus 9x plus 30. Now we can show it's a factor if we divide this out and we get a remainder of 0. So go ahead and see if you can prove that now. So we're going to use synthetic division, and we can put down the coefficients. So the coefficients of the cubed term is 2, the squared term is 7, and the term in x is minus 9, and we've got a plus 30. And we've got x plus 5, so we're interested in when x plus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to a value of minus 5. So we start off with minus 5 here, and we've got a factor of 2 down here. So minus 5 times 2 is minus 10, plus the 7 is minus 3. Minus 3 times minus 5 is plus 15, minus the 9 is this value of 6, minus 5 times 6 is minus 30, minus 30 plus 30 is a value of 0. So we can say as the remainder is 0, x plus 5 must be a factor. So let's look at another one. So here's a more difficult one. We're asked to fully factorise this function here, 3x cubed minus 9x squared minus 12x plus 36. So we know that we're going to have to work with this term 36. So how do we get 36? Well, we've got to get 36, we will have to multiply 1 by 36. The 2 would be by 18, 3 by 12, or 4 by 6, or 6 times 6. So we have to look at these as the factors. So let's see if we can divide out by these values. I'll just create just one of these that we can use. So the coefficients here are going to be a value of 3, minus 9, minus 12, and plus 36. Now whenever I find the factor here, when I get the correct one, whenever I divide out I should get a remainder of 0. So let's put in some values here. So we're going to start off with the x is equaling to a value of 1. So we'd have 3 times 1 is 3, and then we would add these up and that would give us minus 6, and we would have 1 times minus 6 is minus 6, times minus 12 that's minus 18, and we'd have 1 times minus 18 is minus 18, and that whenever we subtract that off, add that on, we don't get a value of 0, so that 1 is not a factor. So we could try the next one. So I'll just delete these ones off. So we could try a value of 2. So we could say 2 times 3 is 6, plus the 9 is equal to minus 3. 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. Minus 6 plus minus 12 is minus 18. Minus 18 times 2 is minus 36. So when we add those two together we get a value of 0. So 2 here is going to be the correct value. So part of the solution is x minus 2, and the rest of the solution is going to be given by what we have left over here. So we're going to have 3x squared minus 3x and minus 18. So in effect that's us factorised this once, but we need to go and factorise this term here now. So now when we're working from this term, we're looking at this value here. So how do we get minus 18? To get minus 18 we can multiply it would be the minus 1 with 18, or we could do minus 2 with 9, or minus 3 with 6. So we've got to try each of these in this equation here. So we'll just use this one here, I'll rub it out, and we can just use what we've got. So if you were doing this, you could maybe write it out in fully in a bit of paper, but in order just to keep everything compact, I'll just reuse what we have here. So now we've got this equation here, so the equation is going to be a coefficient of 3 minus 3 and the value minus 18. So we start off at 3 and we're looking here, we're trying, well, let's try minus 1. So we put minus 1 in, so you get minus 1 times 3 is minus 3. We add these up, minus 3 plus minus 3 is minus 6, times the minus 1 is 6. When we add these we don't get 0, so 1 is not the value. So we'll try a different value, try minus 2. So minus 2, so minus 2 times the 3 is minus 6. Minus 6 plus the minus 3 is minus 9. Minus times minus is plus, 2 9s are 18, so that's plus 18. We add these together and we get a value of 0. So the minus 2 here is the correct one. So it means that this here can then be written as, well, we've got our x minus 2 here, and we can see this one here is getting factored into a value of x plus 2. X plus 2. And we can see what we've got left over. What we've got left over here is the 3x minus 9. So this is factored, but we could factor it one more time. So I'll pull it down a bit and just so we can see a bit better. So we can factor this one more time. We could take the factor of 3 out of this. So we could take 3 and we would have our x minus 3 for that term there, and we would be left with our x minus 2, x plus 2. So that there is the equation above fully factorised. So that's quite powerful because now we can see where the equation cuts the x-axis, and you can see it's going to cut the x-axis at plus 2, minus 2 and a value of 3, and we can start drawing out that function. So it's quite a powerful technique. So thank you for listening. I'll get you on the next video. Goodbye.